Welcome to a new week here on the Retirement Quick Tips podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Micciche, co-owner of True North Retirement Advisors, a fee-only fiduciary financial advisory practice, say that 5 times fast, managing over $390 million in client assets. If you are 5 to 10 years on either side of retirement and looking for some daily quick tips to help you on your retirement journey, you are in the right place. Every single day, I talk about a given theme for the week, and then I break that down into small little daily digestible chunks. So whether you're getting ready in the morning, driving to work, on a walk, working out, you can listen to me and be hopefully a little bit more better prepared for your retirement in just a few minutes each and every day. Okay, so the theme this week is the mid-year 2024 economic and market update. Usually at the end of every quarter, especially at the end of June, early July, and then at the end of the year and the beginning of the following year, I like to kind of recap what's happened so far, take a 30,000 foot view of where we are in the economy and the markets, the stock market, the bond markets, what's going on in your 401k, what the heck is going on in the economy, and what is the outlook going forward for the rest of the year. To say it's been an interesting year so far is an understatement. It is a presidential election year, and as I record this, we're still about a week away from the Biden implosion in his first debate. And actually, every morning I wake up half expecting some headline that Biden has dropped out of the race. I mean, it's interesting regardless because it is a presidential election year and a lot happens politically that can influence the economy and the markets. But this year is particularly interesting, especially right now. Who knows? Maybe by the time you listen to this, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't really understand it, but you got to admit it's pretty interesting what's going on. And not only that, but you have 30-year mortgage rates sitting around 7%. The world is on fire in places like Ukraine and Israel. You have artificial intelligence or AI. Some people are calling this the fourth industrial revolution. That is driving the largest tech stocks into orbit. And the stock market right now is just shy of its all-time highs as I record this. So it's definitely an interesting year so far. It's shaping up to get even more interesting, especially as the election approaches. But also, as time goes on, we're going to have more clarity on inflation. Is that going to continue to be sticky where it's been for the last year? It hasn't really budged. What about interest rates? Is the Fed going to start lowering interest rates? What about the overall direction of the economy? So all these things will become clearer as the year progresses, or maybe not. Things always continue to stay interesting in that way too. Whatever you think might happen usually doesn't happen. And as someone who has been closely following the economy, the markets for the last 20 years, I find that it is often the case. So it's a bit pointless to try to predict where we're headed because anything can happen at any time. But this week on the podcast, I will talk about what's happened so far in 2024, what's driving the economy, what's driving the stock market, the bond markets. I'll talk about some things I'm concerned about, as well as some investment opportunities that exist right now. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you know someone who would benefit from listening to this week's theme, someone who wants to know maybe they're going to retire later this year, and it would be useful to have a really good pulse on the direction of the economy, the stock markets. Whatever the case is, please take a minute to share the show. You hit that share icon wherever you're listening to me right now, and then you can easily text or email the show link. I really appreciate it. It's one of the best ways you can support the show if you're getting value from the podcast. All right, coming back tomorrow, I'm going to talk about what has happened. I'm recapping the first half of this year, and I'll talk more in depth about what the heck is going on in the markets and the economy right now. My name is Ashley Micciche, and this is the Retirement Quick Tips podcast.